Howdy, OGs. I am live, right? Yes, I am. Guys, yesterday I was telling you that I wasn't sure what I was going to make today, and I was thinking I might make like a snow globe or something with the upcoming fabric bundle that I told you about, but I've changed my mind. I am still going to do that this week, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to do another angel because I don't have my own garnet yet, so I want to do that while I'm in the angel vibe. We did an angel yesterday, so Olivia set aside a kit for me, so I'm going to make her today. And then we'll get out of angel mode tomorrow. Hello, Phil. How are you doing today? I'm hoping I won't have problems today. I refreshed my whole YouTube thing, so I'm hoping that today I will be able to actually see myself and we won't be having that going in and out thing. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Helena. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, CJ. We missed you yesterday, CJ. Hey, Linda. Hi, Pam. Phil said, lazy day. I should be making a quilt. Are you working on a, like, are you going to start a new quilt, or are you working on like an ongoing quilt project? CJ, that is a worthwhile reason. So, you guys, this kit is sold out right now, but we are gonna try and do more of these eventually. The February version of it's gonna be coming out soon, but like I was saying a minute ago, I don't have this one for myself yet, so Olivia set one aside for me, and I thought, well, I made one yesterday and I've got it on the brain, so I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and just make it today. And the way that they made these kits is you can do this as just a regular 2-color stripe, or you can do the 2-color offset, which is like the one that I did yesterday with Aspen. So I think I might try to do that one with this. So what I mean by that is with this little swirl on the dress, the way that we did yesterday, it could just be like we do a couple layers of one of the colors and then a couple layers of the other color and just have it be stacked like that. But I'm thinking I will go for the offset. Linda said, I started a new quilt yesterday. Hey, Jenny. Oh, Phil said working on 8 memory quilts for 2 different customers. 8 quilts, that's a lot. Okie dokie. So it feels like there's a lot of each of these fabrics. I'm trying to decide which one I want to do on the bottom. I think I want to do the red on the bottom and then the white. I don't know. There's less white. Maybe we're going to do white on the bottom. Probably things I should have figured out before I hit go on the live, huh? For those of you guys who did get this kit, keep in mind too that with this little insert that you get in the kit, there's a QR code that'll take you to the instructions for this. There's step-by-step instructions that can be recorded, which is really helpful for this. And every Birthstone kit that we do is going to use those same instructions. Hi, Nancy. CJ said, I saw the February Christmas Club. I'm so very excited. Awesome, CJ. I'm so glad that you like it. You guys, we're doing an opening for the Christmas Club on the 24th, which I believe is Saturday. What is today? The 20th? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hi, Leslie. Leslie said, hi, everyone. This is my first time catching a live event. Welcome, welcome. Or a live chat. Hey, Paulette. Paulette said, good evening. Watching this on vacation in Cancun. Very nice. Oh, but it's not very nice there, you said. Cloudy and trying to rain. Well, that's a bummer. Let me do a better job centering this square. I bet it's warmer there, though. Jenny said, I'm working on jelly roll rugs today and have the Timothy Busfield hearing going also. I'm swamped. I'm pulling this towards me a little bit, you guys. I realize I might be going off screen, but I need to see it for just a second. Jenny said vacation in any condition is a great thing. That's very true. Tamara said, no notifications again. Glad I reloaded your YouTube. I just got my Garnet kit today. My son's birthday is next week, so I'll be making it for him. Tamara, you're just in time though, even though you didn't get the notification. We just started, so you have good timing. Hi, Christy. Hey, needleworker. Needleworker said, hello everyone, hope everyone's doing okay. Not to dwell, but I was a lucky one of them getting the nasty flu, 2 bouts of it. So needless to say, trying to recover, listening in when I can. Everyone stay well. Needleworker, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's such a bummer. That is such a bummer. Hopefully when you get rid of it this time, it'll be gone for good. Rebecca said, I can't wait to sign up for that. That's awesome, Rebecca. I hope to see you in there. Just watch your email. I'm going to be sending the first email, like a heads up email tomorrow. I did put a link below in the description, you guys, to get on my email list too if you're not on the email list. But the first email, just as a heads up and a save the link kind of thing, is going to go out tomorrow. Probably in the afternoon because I haven't written it yet. So I still need to do that. But tomorrow afternoon probably. And then I'll send most likely one quick reminder beforehand. Because we're only open for one day. And we usually, with the Christmas Club, we have sold out. I believe we've sold out every single time on the Christmas Club. Tamara said I had to go look for the Christmas Club. It's beautiful. Can't wait. You guys, I should have had it with me. I'll show you guys tomorrow on the live tomorrow. I should have brought it to show you guys. That was not good thinking. I do have last month's Christmas Club kit sitting on my counter. So maybe if I get done this in a decent amount of time, I'll grab that so you guys can at least get an idea of what the kit looks like when you get it. It would be, the one that I have here is last month's, but it would still give you a good idea of it. Clearly, I was not thinking ahead. I should have had it sitting, I should have had this month sitting here with me. Hi, Barb. Elizabeth said, hi, looking for new patterns. Elizabeth, this channel is the place. Paulette said, nope, not very warm. Oh man, that's a bummer. How long are you there for? Debbie said, good afternoon, Stacy. Well, we're under a winter storm for tonight, 8 p.m. till tomorrow, 8 a.m. for 3 to 5 inches of snow. Ugh. Good luck with that, Debbie. Marge said, hi, checked YouTube and you're just starting. Maybe here for the whole thing, fixing dinner in an hour. Yeah, maybe at least most of it, Marge. That's awesome. Leslie said, is this the January angel? Yes, it is, Leslie. I got one from Olivia because I didn't have one for myself yet. So I managed to snag one because I'd like to make all of them for myself. They just look really cute all together, you guys. When you have a bunch of different angels, they look so cute. Debbie said, how much is it again for the monthly club? I think our Christmas club price is $35 a month. That includes shipping. Jenny said, yes, it would be fun to see the Christmas kits. Okay, I'll pull that out, you guys, at the end of this. Or maybe halfway through. CJ said Christmas Club is $35 a month. Thank you, CJ. Louise said, hi, Stacy, got my January kit today. Awesome. All right. I want to just do a quick little count here because I'm thinking I would like to do the red at the bottom, but I don't know if I have enough of the white pieces to do the top part. And that's the one that you need the most. So I'm going to look at my Aspen really quick. I'm thinking it's going to be at least 25, 30 pieces. Maybe that's too many. I might have overestimated that. Yeah, this is not enough. Okay, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do the white on the bottom and then do my little offset starting to go up with the red. And like I was saying, you guys, the instructions for this one just uses the regular two-tone pattern. But I thought it would just be fun to show you guys a different way. And you know what? I'm already starting off wrong. If this is my top dress, then I want the red first. You guys, I'll get it. I'll get it. Right? Am I doing that right? Nope. You guys, I can be unbelievably ditzy sometimes. I don't know if you caught that yet from watching me for 47 of these. I had it right the first time. That seems to happen a lot too, doesn't it? Hi, Patty. Okay, now we'll switch to the red. And I think on the bottom layer we just want 2. So let's see. Yeah, that should do it. seeing a conversation about locations here. Oh, and you guys, do you guys all live near each other? Looks like a few of you guys live close together. Debbie said, thank you, Stacy and CJ, for the club monthly, for the club amount monthly. You're very welcome, Debbie. Thank you for the hearts. Leslie said, I got my January angel last week. I have not opened it up yet. I've been making other ornaments. I'm eagerly waiting for the OG patterns that I ordered. Will they come to my email? They should come immediately, Leslie. Check your spam to make sure you should have received them right away within minutes usually. I will say that, and I'm not saying that you did this, but sometimes people put typos in their email address, and then that means that you won't see them. But if you already have purchased from us, you can go into the Ornament Girls Club account and you should see access to those patterns right away also, even if you didn't get the email. If you check your email and they're not there, send us an email and we can get you fixed up. Marge said, I just want to say thank you for all the videos. I'm a visual learner. I can read instructions till the cows come home and not get it, but watching someone, I get it right away. Thank you, Marge. Thank you for saying that. We were just having that conversation the other day. Like, it's funny because people seem to like either or, with the ebooks or the video, you know? So we're gonna keep doing both. Hi, Judy. Tamara said, I've done it. They were great about fixing it for me. I realized it right after I hit order on one. It happens really often, you guys, with the typos in the email address. In fact, it's part of my every couple of days routine to go through. I have like a system set up inside of our CRM where I try to catch typos. Sometimes I'll catch them before a customer catches it and realizes that they didn't get their thing that they ordered. I try to catch as many as I can, but I don't catch them all, at least not immediately. But yeah, that's how often it happens. Elizabeth said, me too. I like to watch. You know, the way that I feel like what kind of helps me is the videos help me the first time through to just get like that visual, like that representation of how the fold works and all that sort of stuff. And then once I've seen it, I can go back to the ebook and follow along with the ebook or the written instructions at my own pace. But I still like to see it happen, at least the first time. Hi, Kat. Yeah, we missed you the last couple of lives. Kat said, hi, everyone. Haven't been able to hop on a live in a few days. Hope you're doing good. I'm glad to see you today. Debbie said, Stacy, your customer service email is great. I got emailed back to me from Clara and was so relieved. Simply the best service. Thank you, Debbie. Tamara said the videos are nice because all of you have really soothing voices. That's nice of you to say. Thank you. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Suzanne. Kat said doing well. Glad to hear it, Kat. That's the end of row 2. Okay, so this one I believe we're starting over a little further. Linda said, well, you have the birthstone charms in the store. You know what, Linda? I don't even know if we did have plans to do that, but I don't think we even talked about it. I'll talk to Tammy and Lydia tomorrow to see what we have as far as, like, they might have only ordered the amount for the kits. Or maybe not. I'll talk to them and see, and we'll maybe come up with something for that. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I should have started. Oh, no, I'm right. It's so funny. I decided to do Garnet today because I was like, well, I'm already on the roll. I did Aspen yesterday, but I'm still all discombobulated with this angel today. Let me get to the point where I'm out of the white pieces, you guys, and then I'll show you the Christmas Club kit. I feel like I need to keep going until I get to the all white layers so that I can let my brain stop thinking about this swirl right now. Because I am like all discombobulated. CJ said, I second that about customer service. Thank you, CJ. Sarah and Clara are definitely amazing. I know what I did wrong on this one. I started with the red and I should have started with the white. Oh no, I did start with the white. See, you guys, I'm a mess. I started with the wrong I started with the white on the wrong part though. So we're gonna tuck this up in there, maybe? No. No. You guys, I'm gonna get it. We need one more red. I'm trying to hide my raw edges. It ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to do a little covering down here. I got that one, that one. I was saying yesterday, you kind of almost have to ignore the raw edges and pins and just think about the swirl, or you'll just get it kind of messed up. And that's what I'm doing wrong right now. I'm trying to cover all the raw edges and I'm like not thinking about my swirl. And so I think what I'm gonna do is just sneak another white piece up underneath right here. And I think that's gonna help me a little bit. There we go. And then I can move this one over a little bit. Okie dokie. So we only have, I think this might be our last layer that has the white in it. And then it'll be all red from here on out. Catherine said, hi, I've been late in getting on. Enjoy your peaceful pinning. I got my little steam fast iron. I love it. Awesome. That was quick. Hi, Dana. Kat said, so mentioned y'all were working on creating a certification to teach your patterns. I'm chomping at the bit. I have a couple of quilt shops that are interested. Oh, that's awesome, Kat. Sarah Kennedy and I just had a meeting about that today, actually. We are moving forward on it. So I'm very happy to hear your feedback about that. We're pretty excited about it. I'm like a little bit nervous too, because it just feels really big, but we have such good ideas, and I think it's going to be really valuable. I mean, not only to be able to legally teach our original patterns and stuff, and the resources that we're going to provide to instructors, but also we want to kind of just do this whole like course on how to make your kits, how to plan for your kits, how to approach quilt shops, how to do photography for your ornaments, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be super valuable. And it'll be I think it'll be small, it'll be like us working really directly with people who sign up for this. We were kind of talking about, possibly having like monthly Zoom meetups with certified instructors for questions and, things like that, discussion. So yeah, we're excited. Louise said, I got Birthstone charms for the year on Amazon. Yeah, I'm sure you could find a lot of different types of charms that you could use for this purpose through Amazon and Etsy and places like that too. Marissa said, could you go over your policy about selling ornaments based on your patterns but using different fabrics? For selling ornaments, like finished ornaments, you're free to do that, absolutely. We ask that people don't mass produce, because I'm trying to make sure that like some Chinese company doesn't mass produce our ornaments. But that's not going to happen with most handmade people. You can't mass produce. But other than that, like going to quilts, craft shows, or selling on Etsy, if you're just making the ornaments themselves and selling them finished, you're free to do that and have at it. And like, we wish you the best of luck doing that. The only thing that we ask, and that is illegal, is to use our patterns, sell our patterns, because those are protected by copyright. All right, what am I doing wrong? That one layer before is the one that got me all messed up. I'm gonna sneak in an extra piece down there. I think it's coming together. My swirl is coming together. Kat said, yay, love it, love it, love it. We're excited about it, Kat. Marissa said, oh, that certification for teaching sounds fabulous. We're hoping it will be. That's our goal. Susan said, I'm interested in the certification. How do I do that? It's not available yet. It's something that we're working on. If you're on my email list, then you'll definitely get notified when we have that going. And it's going to be a little bit longer because we're building it out. I mean, it's going to have a whole course with, you know, separate sections on all the different pieces and parts. It's almost going to be like a business in a box, you guys. And then we're also building out the library of patterns that are able to be taught by teachers, which is going to be a lot of our classic patterns and artist collection and the YouTubes. Even though the YouTube stuff is free, it's still copyright protected, but a lot of those will be included. And in that library, we're going to have like cheat sheets for instructors to use to teach their class. Which will be helpful because even when you know a pattern, sometimes it can be hard, like when you're standing in front of a bunch of people, to remember like exactly what fold goes to what layer or what measurements and things like that. But then also we're going to provide resources to hand out to your class too, so that they have like a little cheat sheet to follow, which will make your life easier as well as an instructor. So lots and lots of resources that we're going to make available for that. And so it's like taking a little while to build it out. I was kind of getting in my own way for a while. Like this has been a plan of mine for a couple years, but it's kind of overwhelming. but we're moving forward. Sarah and Kennedy are helping me to get out of my own way and move forward on this. So we're excited. Kennedy's kind of taking the bull by the horns, and she's like, okay, we're doing this year. Jenny said, I could see myself maybe getting certified for teaching the classes. I feel like there's a lot of potential for you guys to go to like craft stores, quilt guilds, and you know, things like senior centers and places like that to teach these classes. And you can either make your own kits, you could work with quilt shop owners to provide fabric and things like that. We plan to teach on like how to price your classes depending on what you're going to offer and stuff like that. And then also instructors will have discounts on supplies if you want to get like our lined foam, which of course will make your life a lot easier. But like discounts on products, and even on like specialty OG products if you want, like the bow tie template, the tape measures, you know, things like that will make your life easier in a class. So yeah. Guys, let me grab my Christmas Club kit that I have sitting on my counter, and I'll be right back because I promised I'd show you after I got to a point where I felt like I had my swirl going right. So I think I'm there. I think this is a Christmas Club kit, you guys. It's not opened, so we're going to find out together. It's some kind of kit. And I believe that this is last month's kit. Susan said, wonderful. Kat said, yep, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, this was our January Christmas Club kit. Christy said, our library offers some free crafting classes. That's where I would start. That's a really good idea. Tamara said, I'll have 32 years at Social Security in April, so I'll be eligible for retirement. Honestly, being certified is a retirement plan for me. That sounds like a great retirement plan. Jenny said, I'm going to a weekend retreat in a couple of weeks. They want people to teach little side classes. This would be a great one. You know what, you guys? I think it would be really awesome as far as a craft class goes, because it's not something that other people aren't teaching this unless they're doing it illegally. And there's people that are teaching our patterns illegally. We've caught some, unfortunately. They're not supposed to be, though. I mean, it is completely illegal. Like, this is a really good way to teach something unique, you know, that like quilt shops and quilt guilds and stuff like that won't have seen before. And every time that like people that we know have done things like a basic star or things like that, they get a ton of interest in it. So I do think it would be a really great thing. I mean, I might be a little biased, but I think it will be really nice. So here's a Christmas Club kit, you guys. Comes with a little collector card, a little note, and then, let's see, am I in the screen? Make sure I got to zoom out a little bit. This one had a really pretty tissue. We always wrap them up in tissue. This is one of our extra pretty ones, I've got to say. And then the kit is inside. Let me zoom out just a little bit, you guys. So here's the kit. Now there's a little insert in here which gives you like a supply list of what's in the kit, and then also it has this QR code which you can use, plus the links that you can follow to get to your tutorial. Also, as a member, every month you get an email that gives you a direct link as well to where you can find the video tutorial. And those tutorials are not like this live. It's a step-by-step professionally recorded video tutorial that takes you through every single step of making the ornament. But then you get your ball or your foam shape, whatever foam shape it is that we're doing. Your fabric pre-cuts. All your fabrics are cut and ready to go. And then any embellishments. So we've got trim on this one, your hanger or your string, your ribbon. That's the hanger string. But then we also, these are all numbered. The Christmas clubs are numbered. So you have a little hang tag if you want to. Not everybody puts these on, but you can. Your pins. This one is gold toned, so we included gold sequin pins for your embellishments. And then you've got your different embellishments. This one has some little glue dots, it looks like, in here with the bead caps. So yeah, all the things that you need, every single thing. The only thing that you need to provide for this, for making any of our kits, is scissors, tape measure, and then sometimes glue if we use it. It's not very often that we do, but like in this case, it looks like we include, I think this is glue dots. Yeah, those are glue dots. So this one we even included glue. If you want to use regular glue, you can. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea. Yeah, Christy said, is the Basic Star copyrighted? I saw videos for that one before finding your group. No, the Basic Star, now the way that I make mine is different than the original thing, but the original no-sew star, like the quilted star, is like it's like the basis of all of our patterns. It's the original craft. Like this, I think they're from like, gosh, I want the 50s. I don't know. It's old. It's an old thing. So, and I'm the one that called it the Basic Star. It was called like quilted star, no sew folded star, things like that. And then I started making them and selling them on eBay. And then when I started doing I did a pattern for it or instructions for it. I called it a Basic Star. That's where that started. But that one is not, like I don't have that one copyrighted. But I will say that my technique in doing it is different than the original way, which is what I taught when I first made my first pattern. It was different than the original. So if you look on YouTube if you see the ones that are older than mine, those are based on the old style. If you see any that are full with like the same fold that I do and with the 2x3 rectangles, then that was somebody who learned it from me. Beth said, that is gorgeous. And I need to check out the Christmas Club. Tamra said to keep the trim from fraying. I might have missed the beginning of that question, Tamra. If I missed a part of that question, will you let me know? Jenny said, wow, you've included everything. That's so nice. Yeah, Jenny, we try to make it so that you can sit down and open it up, and other than scissors and tape measure, that you can make the entire thing with what's in the box. So, yep, that's our goal. Hi, Dee. Christy said, so Jenny could show how to do that one at her retreat. Yeah, Jenny, as a matter of fact, we have a little, like a cheat sheet for instructors for that we're happy to send you if you want to send us an email for the Basic Star. Marissa said, I made those back in the 90s when I was a girl guide leader. Your technique is definitely different and uses less fabric than the original. Yeah, Thanks for saying that, Marissa. You know why I started coming up with the way that I did it is because I told you guys before I married my husband. He was in the Marines. He was a private when we got married. I guess I should get back to making my angel, huh, guys? But we were like so broke, and so I just tried to make. I tried to make like what little fabric and materials that I had stretch. So, and like I said before, pins was like a thing. Sometimes I'd even take apart my old ornaments so I would have pins and a foam to use for the next ornament because I had none. So I just tried to make things stretch, and that was the whole goal. If you could use less fabric and less pins, you might get an extra ornament out of it. Uh-oh, Nancy said you froze for a few seconds. Not good news, not good news. Let me know if it... Oh, you know what else is bad news, you guys? It's the daily howl. Let me know, you guys, if anybody else is getting freezing, video freezing. I had an idea today that I'm gonna get a graphic of my dogs, and every time they howl, I'm gonna flash the picture up on the screen of the dogs. Oh, Tamara, yes, the glue dots were to keep the trim from fraying. Okay. Thank you for clarifying it. I haven't made that one yet. Thanks, Suzanne. Suzanne said the same. Tamara said, honestly, that pattern is the one that made me literally cry. Playful twist during the 2023 Christmas challenge. I finally figured it out though, and I've made several since. I'm glad that you finally beat it, Tamara. I know there's a few that can be a little more fussy or a little more of a challenge. Barb said, hi, puppies. Suzanne said, love the howl. Look forward to it every day. The last couple of days, they sort of did these weird little demand yips, but they didn't go into their full howl. I was starting to think maybe they were changing up their technique or something, but that was the full howl today. Debbie said, howl away, pups. You guys are very patient. Thank you. Oh, Dana said, I saw that too just for a second. Yeah, hopefully that stops. Okay, so it's all okay now. A little bit of buffering. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do, I went a little too high here with these guys. I'm gonna trim a little right around her neck. I'm gonna try not to behead her, because that would be very unfortunate. Just to kind of get rid of some of that bulk up there. And then we're going to do one more layer at the top of just those different style triangles. Tamara said, I honestly thought it was my internet. It seems like this has happened now the last couple of days where we've had some weird blips. I'm trying to decide what I want my front to be. I like that. That is pretty for the front. So that means that I want one like this on the front, or at least kind of like that. So I'm going to start on the sides. Yeah. Suzanne said, if you behead her, we'll all learn how to put it back on. I think I have some of those long pins around. I had thought I'd put some on my, I know I did. I put some on my table for if that ever happened. Whoops, wrong fold. But now I'm like, I don't see them. That's the best way, is to like, you can put a little glue too, but then to stick one of those really long pins down through, that's kind of foolproof. My Countess said solar flares are causing the disruptions. Okay, there's the two sides. And then this is going to be my front, so I'm going to do that one last. There's no such thing as perfect, you guys, for the top layer. Well, for the whole thing, but for this top layer, just keep in mind you can always embellish the top. I've even seen people like wrap ribbon around the top, like around the neckline, to help hide stuff, or like lace or something like that. That can be really pretty too. But I actually just really like to stick some beads up there. Oh, Nancy said the same. Solar flares are what I heard are happening now. For real? I thought you guys were kidding. Okay, let me get rid of some of these strings. Problem with these strings sometimes is that once you start, they don't stop. You guys, for those of you who have this kit, and actually even for those of you who don't have this kit, because you can totally make this with your own fabrics, we've got this tutorial on YouTube. We just uploaded it last week, so it's one of our more recent YouTube workshops. But then if you have an account with us in the Ornament Girls Club site, you can go to your pattern library. And we keep getting questions about this, so I wanted to show you guys. You can go down to angel videos. There's a whole tab just for angel videos, and then it's down here. It's the most recent one that was added. So all the different angel videos are right here on this page in the club site if you don't want to go rooting back through YouTube. And the other thing too is if you go to the YouTube video, there's a free printable supply list there. So whether you have the kit or not, you can go get the printable supply list. And when you sign up to get that, it'll also send you a link directly to this page on the website. So it's just an easier way to find it. You'll see the video right there on the page, and then here's the printable supply list, which looks like this. And a lot of these links too are like clickable links. So you could click on it and it'll take you right to where you can buy those, like these pins that people are always asking me about the pins, but you can go right there to, like, here is our cord. Oh, this is the sparkle string, which I was showing you guys yesterday. Angel shape. So that makes it easy. So just for any of you guys who are interested in doing this, whether you have the kit or not, that's where you can find all that info. And I did put links below this this video that you're watching right now to the tutorial, where you can find all that stuff. Hopefully that will help. Suzanne said, this is why you always have 2 or 3 inch pins at all times. I know. I totally should. Christy said, I give my angels necklaces with a string of beads tied at the back. Oh, that's a good idea. I love that idea. Leslie said, I'll need help finding the patterns that I ordered. Leslie, I'm gonna, because I don't want you to put your email address here in the YouTube chat. Let me give you the contact link so that you can send an email. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's the contact link. Leslie, if you just send an email saying that you purchased patterns but you haven't gotten them yet through that link that I just put in the chat, we can get it to you, and we usually respond very quickly. I could look for it for you right after this live stream, but I don't want you to put your email address in. So you have on here, your username is Leslie Smith. I'm assuming that your name is Leslie Smith. I can look for you that way, but just to make sure, it would help if I had your correct email address. Patty said, I felt like I was choking my angel trying to put the last layer on. You made it look so easy. It's a little awkward. I mean, I'll admit, I felt a little bit like I was kind of choking her a little too. Oh, Tamara, that's awesome. Oh, wow. Barb said warnings for a severe geomagnetic storm. You guys, I haven't been paying attention. All right, I'm moving slow today, you guys. I'm so sorry. We'll go ahead and do the string next. Marge said, need to leave for dinner. I'll watch the end on replay. Thanks for being here, Marge. Okay, so here's my front. So I want to start gluing back here. Paula said, I like the necklace idea. Whoops, what am I doing? I like to get all the little bits off of the tip before I start gluing. Debbie said, wow, Stacy, I learned lots today about your site. Again, customer service at its best. Thank you, Debbie. I'm glad that you feel that way, but also that you were able to learn something about the site. Hey, Robin. Oh, Tamara said the string is probably the hardest part for me. It is the trickiest part. It definitely is the trickiest part. It gets easier after you do it a few times, and you just have to really take it slow. Honestly, that's probably the best advice I can give, is just take it slow. That's what I like about using this tacky glue, because it takes a while for it to dry. And it's forgiving, you know, if you need to move some stuff around a little bit. I feel like getting started is the hardest part of it. And then also, like, once you get past the halfway point, like we were talking about yesterday, it'll try to ride up the head as you're going. So you just go nice and slow. Hi, Roseanne. Roseanne said, those are just so dang cute. Thank you. Paula said, I'm in the middle of making an angel for my husband's chemotherapy nurse. They are truly angels. Well, that is a really nice sentiment. I think they'll like that. That'll be a nice gift. Susan said, I put a pin in the tip of my glue bottle. It keeps it easy to use. That's a nice tip. Needleworker said, good evening, everyone. Gonna try to eat something and take meds. Hopefully a little better tomorrow. Needleworker, I hope you feel lots better tomorrow. Robin said, for anyone that's looking for foam outside in Canada, I buy from Amazon. I still buy from Stacy when I can to support her. I just got my foam bundle today, but Amazon or Temu is an option. It is hard internationally for sure, and Canada has had some wonky shipping issues. United States to Canada and back has been very wonky. Marissa said, have you copyrighted the unusual styrofoam pieces? I live in Canada and it's so expensive for shipping from Florida. I cannot find this type of styrofoam anywhere else. They're actually not, you can't copyright that. I could maybe like patent, but it's too much to do that. So no, it's not. But we get them custom made. And so, yeah, there's not a lot of other people that have these shapes. There's no one else that has some of these shapes because they were like custom made by us. Unfortunately. And I'm so sorry because I know that doesn't help you when you're outside the United States. When it comes to like, and I know you said the unusual shapes, not the balls necessarily, but for the lined balls, we do have templates and stuff, and most of them are right here on YouTube that you can use to like line your own foam balls. Even if your balls are a little different shape or different size, because they're not always all exactly the same size as the ones that we have, but we have methods in our videos that show you how to just do it no matter what size the balls are. And so hopefully that'll help for some of you guys who cannot get our pre-lined balls. See how this is where it starts to try to ride up on you. So I always just try to take it really nice and slow. We're getting to the bald angel point. The balding angel. Paula said, needleworker, feel better. Oh, Marissa said, thank you, Robin. That's very helpful. Hey, Alice. Better late than never. Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Nancy said, yay, I'm so excited. I have finally caught a live. Been watching all the replays and really enjoyed them, but really wanted to be part of the lives. I'm so glad you're here. And thank you for taking the time to watch the replays too. I greatly appreciate that. We're almost there. Kat said, LWB arrived today. Woohoo. And for those of you guys who don't know, LWB stands for Little White Box. Like the little white box from the one I just showed you guys when I was showing you the Christmas Club. We've been using those same boxes since, I think it was April 2016. I started the club in November 2015, and for the first few months there, we were using like regular brown boxes, postage boxes, and taping them, you know, all the different, you have to tape them. The white boxes you can fold in place. And by March-ish, I was like, we can't do this anymore. So we switched to those little white boxes. And that was a very good decision. Okay, we made it. Let's see what else we got here in this kit. We've got Tamara said, my son just came to tell me that dinner's ready, so I'm off tonight. It's beautiful, Stacy. Good night, everyone. Have a good night, Tamara. Louise said, in the tutorial, we used temporary pins to hold this in place till it dried. It worked well. Yes, Kennedy did do that. Thank you for reminding me about that. That is a really good idea. So she like pinned it as she went and then removed them once it all dried. And that's really especially helpful if you have a glue that's a little bit less tacky. Because I think she uses hot glue. At least she did in one of the other videos that I watched recently. But the Birthstone video, I think she also used hot glue. Suzanne said, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Suzanne. And Marissa said, everyone push the thumbs up. It will help them. Thank you, Marissa. Marissa said to say, everyone push the thumbs up. Marissa, I need help with that. I appreciate the likes, you guys. Thank you so much. And the hearts. I love seeing the hearts go by. Catherine said, my LWB arrived also in Southeast Ohio. Jenny said, I have to head out to cook dinner. Have a great evening, everyone. Have a good night, Jenny. Enjoy your dinner. Hey, Sue. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. All right, we got some sequins. I need to get myself some more little bowls. Guess what came today, you guys? Some of you might remember this conversation from weeks ago. It might have been towards the beginning of the lives, and we're on number 47 now. But some of you had been asking about our little canisters like this that we send our tape measures out in them if you buy the whole set of tape measures, but also we personally, like here in the shop and here in my office, we use them to store stuff. And a lot of you guys were saying that you would love to have those available separately, like not just for the tape measures. So we got some, and they just got here today. They literally arrived today. So we're gonna have those in the shop soon, you guys, as you requested. Debbie said, can you show the glue brand you're using? Yes, it's Beacon's 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue. This is my favorite of the regular clear craft glues. Sue, I hope you're feeling better. Sue said, I've been sick. Thank you, Paula. Not bowls, but the little canisters, CJ. Yes. I love them too. So they're really nice because you can stack them. Okay. And the other thing that we did down in the shop is we put up those, I think I was telling you guys about the little magnetic boards, and we put magnets on the back, and we've got them stuck to the magnetic boards for all of our little samples and things like that so that we can see everything at a glance. So these things are very, very handy. And we got our little logo sticker put on them. So yeah, pretty nice. Dee said, don't mean to sound stupid, but I just joined the Ornament Club. How do I get the kit from the club? Dee, you must have joined the digital club. We haven't had the VIP, which is the kit version, open in a while. However, and you just got here, but I can show you again really quick. But if you go back in the video a little ways, I was showing our Christmas Club kit, which, well, this was last month's. This was last month's, and we're opening for the Christmas Club this Saturday. So you're on the email list since you're in the club. I'll be sending something out about this tomorrow. And by the way, you don't sound stupid at all. Please ask all the questions. But yeah, you'll get an email tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, about the Christmas Club, which is opening this Saturday. Sue said, I just got that glue and I love it. It's a good one. The only thing, and this is, I think, most glue like this, is it dries out, you know, after a little while. So I feel like I never get to the end of a bottle before I have to just get a new one, because it gets really hard to squeeze out. But yeah, other than that, I love it. Paula said, great idea. I really have to organize my supplies better. CJ said, sitting here folding laundry. Thank you, Stacy, for making that less painful. You guys, I am going painfully slow. I know that. I get to yapping. Okay, let's do... We're going to do the first... Oh, stay there. You can tell this isn't real sweater material since the beads are trying to roll away. I'm going to do this bottom layer, and then I'm going to put a hanger on there with my leftover string from the head, and then we'll do the top layer of the wings. You're welcome, Dee. CJ said, I have more clothes. Take your time. I'm here to help, CJ. I actually need to do some laundry too. I at least need to get a load in the wash tonight, because I meant to do that all day and I kept forgetting. And yeah. Let me make this loop a little bigger. Suzanne said, hope you got a lot of those containers, because I'll need a few hundred of them. LOL, only kidding, maybe 20 or so. And CJ said, I'd like to reserve one since Suzanne is going to buy them all. Let's see, this was my front, which means straight back here is the back. I walked out front to take my dogs out earlier, and there was 4 big old boxes sitting there of these things. So I think there's going to be enough to go around, you guys. Okay, now I'll do a hanger. Sue said, when will they be on sale in your shop? I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully soon. We have to do the little decals on there. We're down someone right now. One of our girls is out for actually a couple weeks because she had to have surgery. So we're a little short-handed right now, but we're going to try to get them in there as soon as we can. Oh, CJ said I bought my fancy sewing scissors 40% off. I got them for $42. Where did you find them for 40% off? Elizabeth said, I love this angel, would make a perfect gift any time of the year. These do make really great gifts. You guys, one of the things you can do too to personalize is, you know how there's that fabric square on the bottom? For those of you guys who do like embroidery and stuff, you could totally like embroider like a name and a date or anything like that on the bottom, or name on the bottom. And that'd be a really cute way to personalize these. And of course, making them with any fabrics, colors that you wanted to. So I think I want to put my charm on the back. In the tutorial that Kennedy did, she showed making a little chain out of the jump rings and then just letting it dangle from her dress. And that's one thing that you could do, or you can make yourself a little charm out of it and let it dangle off the back, which is how I think I would like to do this. You can stick it anywhere you want, honestly, guys. You could put it up on top of the halo if you wanted to. So I think I'm going to make my own little beaded charm here. I stuck a sequin on there and a pearl bead, and I'll put that through the top of that. I'm actually wondering, I might try it without the pearl. I don't know if it'll go right through though. Nope. Okay, that does the trick. I'll leave the pearl off, and then this is what I'm going to use to make my wings with the red satin ribbon. May have made that just a little too big. CJ, thank you. I will. I was actually going to text her right after this live. She came home today. I texted with her this morning. And she was feeling good, and she was coming home today, so I was going to text her tonight after this live and check on her, and I'll tell her that you said that. I appreciate that. Linda said, question, why do you package charms in 5s instead of 6? We just do? I don't really know. Probably, I'm imagining that somewhere in the beginning of when I was doing that, in order to put it at the price point that I wanted in the shop, it was probably the right, like, just like the right math to put them in packages of 5. And when I first started doing, and I know why you're asking that question, or at least I think I do, like you're saying if you wanted like 2 per ornament. But I will say that when I was first putting charms on ornaments back in the day, I was hanging them from the top. So there was just 1 per ornament. So like the difference between putting 5 in a package and 6 didn't really make a difference, at least in my mind, because that's what I was using them for. But I think someone asked that before, saying, could you start putting them in packages of 6? Okay. There's my second set of wings. And I'm going to try to aim that right through that hanger so it'll help hold it on. That came out cute. She's so cute, you guys. I just love this. I feel like soon I'm going to have angels hanging all over my house. Now we need to do a little embellishing. I need to fix up some weird spots. I did like completely put my wings in the wrong spot though. I'm looking at this and I'm like, That's okay. So instead of having the swirl on the side, it's like right down the center. That's okay. She's unique. Oh, okay. We're going to use gold pins now for the rest of these embellishments. I did not want to use a gold pin on the back because I knew we were going to be going through a lot of layers, and these are a little bit shorter than the regular silver pins. Let me just go ahead and load up a couple of these. Let me see. I'm trying to scroll back up because I missed some. Sue said, I wondered that too. CJ said, I make some of my own charms using paper because I'm broke and need to save money. CJ, I hear ya. Paula said, pretty. Thank you, Paula. Linda said, because you always have one left over. Yeah, I guess if you're using them, like I was saying, if you're using them in like a center where you do one on each side, but that's not always the use case too. Like some people put them from the top, or like if you have like a hemi or something like that where you're not doing the same thing on both sides. So it's not, you're not always going to necessarily have one left over, but I can see if you're using it that way all the time that, yeah, you'd have one. Robin said they get weighed, don't they, when you package? They may have something to do with it. It is true that for charms, we don't really weigh as much for the individual packages in the shop because they're easy to count out. It's a larger item. They're still tiny, but they're like bigger than like these little sequins, for example. But yeah, and depending on the size of it, because if it's super tiny, then yeah, we would weigh. Marissa said, I think this channel, you and all your employees make this one of the kindest places to be online. Marissa, thank you. That was a super kind comment. I appreciate that. Definitely everybody chatting here is making this one of the kindest places on the online and the internet that I know of. Dee said pretty. Thank you, Dee. Elizabeth said, yes, it's a kind and a safe place to talk. I'm just loading up, you guys. It's a little bit easier that way. Okay. I think I want to do the usual little necklace. And I think I'm going to do that with pearl because that'll stand out against the red. Move this over just a little. Still got this messiness right here, and I think I'm going to cover that up with some of these little itty bitty sequins because they won't stand out as much, but it'll still do the trick. You know what I'll do? I'll put a matching one on the other side too, so it looks like I did it on purpose. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing down here. I just went way off script here, you guys. What was supposed to be the front, I did not put in the front. I think what I want to do is, I think I'm going to kind of do the pearls going like down her dress like this, and then I think I'll add some little sequins all throughout the top. Let's see what that looks like. I like the little glint of the sequins, especially with the gold pins with it. And it might have been neat, oops, wrong pins. It might have been neat also to do it opposite, but I don't want to put so much of those pearls up in the top where I already put the pearls across the top of her dress. So if I had been thinking, maybe I would have flip-flopped to that. So maybe like the sequins across the top. But I think this will be okay. I probably should do like practice runs, you guys. Every time I go live, I should do a practice run of the ornament first, but that wouldn't be as fun, right? Robin said, that's so pretty. Thank you, Robin. CJ said they were 30% off at Michael's. I got them for 41. They were 54. That's a really good deal. Suzanne said, I like the charm on the back. Looks good. Thank you, Suzanne. And Paul said, I love her too. I can't find the hole. There it is. I keep trying to reach for the wrong pins. I'll put you over there. It's funny because I don't really have that many other spots that I need to hide, only right there at the top. She's fancy with her pearls. CJ said gorgeous. D said perfectly imperfect and pretty. And Debbie said so stunning. Also, where can you buy the gold pins in bulk? We were just talking about that. And somebody had a good, if you're here, and I'm sorry that I can't remember who it was that said it, but somebody said they had found a place on Etsy that the guy said he was going to be restocking soon, because I don't have a good bulk supplier. We've been getting them from Cartwright's, which sells sequins, but we have had a hard time finding a really good bulk supplier. Let me see if I can squeeze another pearl in here since I have one. Oh, you know what? I don't, because I want to put a pearl on the top. Let's do her halo. I'm gonna do, yep, that goes. I was seeing if it would fall through or not. I like to put one of the bigger beads under the halo so that it'll sit a little bit off of her head. I'm kind of feeling like I wish I would have done, and I might still do it. You know what? I'm going to change her pearls around her neck. I'm going to put the sequins down there, or up there, and use a couple more pearls down here instead. The nice thing about pins, guys, you can take them right out. CJ said I have to post a picture on the OG Facebook because it's so cute. That's my center one. I might do, since we have a lot of these left over, I might do a couple extras across the top there. Wouldn't that be terrible if I broke her head off right now at the very end, you guys? I just like thought of that. I'm like, man, I better be careful up here. Kathy said, I'm late, but made it at the end. My angel is coming out cute. One more to go. And then, guys, like I was saying, you could take that little birthstone charm and hang it anywhere else on the dress if you wanted to. It doesn't have to go on the back. There. I like that. Kind of simplify it just a little bit. I would take that one out if it wasn't covering up a raw edge. See, by putting the bead up underneath it there, it makes it so that the halo will kind of wobble, which I think is a nice touch, especially if you're hanging her. So it'll kind of like fall in a nice way. Missy said, oh no, I'm late. That's okay, Missy. I'm glad you made it at least for the last couple of minutes. Suzanne said you can get gold pins at Cartwright's, but if you click on the link for this angel supply list, it'll bring you right to them. Suzanne, thank you for saying that. Yes. I didn't even, let me look. Oh, yep, okay. So here's that supply list. The gold sequin pins, tap on that, and there it is. So Suzanne, thank you so much. Dee said, no, this way we get to see you thinking when you make a correction. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I guess you never know what you're going to get. And Debbie said, thanks, Suzanne. CJ said, I'm so going to have to make this. It's more adorable than a picture I saw. CJ, they are way cuter than the pictures. I mean, we try with the pictures, but when you like in person is even better. Like they're so petite and cute. And I was telling you guys the other day, I need to get a whole collection of them here to show you all at once because they look so cute together. They're just adorable. Yes, Paula said she's really all decked out. Thank you, Nancy. Elizabeth said, it's so much fun watching you create something new. Thanks, Elizabeth. I know. Paula said, oh no. And Robin said, oh no, I hope not. I know, that would be the worst. CJ said, your use of bling is highly appreciated. Phil said, with the hanger on the back, does she hang straight or lean forward? She leans a little bit. Not a lot. I wish you could see it from the side when it's hanging. She's leaning just a little bit. It's not too bad. And you can play with that. Like you can play where you have the hanger at. If you put it up a little higher, like I put mine, I don't know, a half an inch or so down from her neck. If you put it up a little higher, she'd hang just a little bit straighter, but I kind of like the hanging slightly on an angle. Let me see if I can hold her up in the angle that she's hanging. So she's sort of hanging this like this. And it's kind of cute, especially if you have her hanging up on like, let's say you have her hanging from like a curtain rod. She's kind of looking down at you. So it's kind of cute. Robin said, that's so cute. Nancy said, of the piece of ribbon that you trim off of her wings is long enough that you could put it at her neck. If the piece of ribbon that you trim off of her wings is long enough that you could put it at her neck. Is that what you meant? Oh, like wrap it around to hide stuff? Is that kind of what you're saying? You could. A piece of ribbon also. Catherine said, well, gotta go. Really enjoyed watching you make the angel. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Paula said, thank you for this. Love watching you create. Paula, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Oh, Christy said the pins at Wawak. I don't know if I'm saying that right, you guys. I don't know how to pronounce that. We've only been buying from them for like 8 years. They're on sale. Click the link below the video. They're about $7 off. We need to buy some. That's a good deal. Nancy said she's so pretty. Yes, Paula said when she's on an angle, she's watching over us. Yep. Kat said, now I'll start singing Angels Watching Over Me. Sue said, and I just bought some. Guys, don't forget the link to that Printable supply list is below. And also, when you follow that link, you can get to the video as well. All of this is on the one page on our website. When you sign up to get the Printable supply list, which is free, it'll send you a link by email, and it'll send you to this page that I'm showing you right now, where you have a link to the video. This is the step-by-step video, not this one that I just did, but an actual tutorial, which is easy to follow. And then here's that Printable supply list right there on that page. So, and we're going to eventually add all of these Birthstone video picture or Birthstone angel pictures to this page so that you don't forget what's what and which video. But we also have this whole category listing in the website with all the different angel videos. I just realized that was like, I looked up and I'm like, I hope I'm on the camera. So I hope that helped you guys. And I really enjoyed doing this with you once again. We're going to do something different tomorrow. I thought I'd get the angel out of the way since we did it yesterday and I was still in angel mode. But we're going to do something different tomorrow. And I think I'm going to do something with that fabric bundle that I showed you yesterday, which I still have sitting here. So I'm thinking we'll do something with this tomorrow. And then don't forget, Friday, we're going to do the cutie pie. I'm either going to do the blueberry or the cherry pie for that, and I'm going to try to dig some of the examples of that out of my attic beforehand too, so I can show you. But that's a paid pattern, but we're going to do it here on the live, so it'll be our freebie Friday. All right, you guys. Kimberly said, another great peaceful pinning. Thank you. You're so welcome, Kimberly. Nancy said, thanks for sharing your creativity. Thank you, Nancy. You guys, I hope you have an awesome night. I appreciate you so much being here with me and chatting with me. Robin, you have a good night too. Debbie said, don't forget to give Stacy a thumbs up. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you all of you who gave me a thumbs up. I so appreciate it. And I love the hearts. Thank you. Elizabeth said, I didn't realize that you do these every day, but I will go back and catch up. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, just for the last couple of months, Elizabeth, it was kind of a new thing, but we're on number 47 now. So Monday through Friday is what we're aiming for. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have our first, well, it's just going to be Saturday this week. We're aiming for Saturday and Sunday doing a recorded peaceful pinning, which is just going to have like peaceful music behind it. So it won't be live, but it'll be the same kind of thing. So hopefully we'll soon have everyday videos. You guys have an awesome rest of your night, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm just trying to catch up on the comments really quick. Oh, Kat said I did 4 pies, not 3. Peach, pumpkin, blueberry, and cherry. Okay, awesome. You'll have to show, did you put those in the Facebook group? I have a pumpkin somewhere, and I have the blueberry and cherry, but I didn't see a peach. I would love to see your peach one. Thank you, Leslie. Thanks, Elizabeth. Patty said, thank you. This was very peaceful for me. Had some rough life news today. Oh, I'm sorry, Patty. I'm so sorry. I hope everything is okay. Patty said, so grateful for you and your team. I hope everything's okay, Patty. Thank you, Paula, for the hearts. Have a great night. All right, you guys. I hope you have an awesome night. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. And happy ornamenting, guys. Bye.